Okay, so first and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakodash, and double honors to the elder bishops and apostles of Great Millstone that taught me this truth. So today I wanted to make a video going over this recent news that came out, which is talking about JP Morgan wanting to use face and palm technology for payments, right? And ultimately, this is just another part of that vision that Yahweh Shai talked about, which is the mark of the beast, right? The chip in your arm or in your forehead. And we're slowly getting to that point, as we can see. And I have other articles I'm going to pull out too, but let's go through this one first. So, JP Morgan to test using face or palm recognition for payments. JP Morgan Chase & Co. is planning to test new technology that would let consumers pay with their palms or faces at certain U.S. merchants. The bank, home to one of the world's biggest payment processing business, plans to roll out the service to its broader base of U.S. merchant clients if the pilot program goes well, according to a statement Thursday. The pilot may include a Formula One race in Miami as well as some brick-and-mortar stores. The evolution of consumer technology has created new expectations for shoppers, John Mark Point, head of omni-channel solutions for JP Morgan's payment business, said in the statement. Merchants need to be ready to adapt to these new expectations, right? Because the new expectation is that everything is going digital, right? This government is gonna get rid of the dollar. It's gonna get rid of cash, and everything's going digital. JP Morgan is seizing on the rising popularity of biometrics technology, which uses unique body measurements to authenticate a person's identity. This technology is expected to account for roughly 5.8 trillion in transactions and 3 billion users by 2026, JP Morgan said, citing good intelligence. And one thing about this is as soon as they get rid with the dollar, with the with cash, and everything's already digital, soon after that you won't be able to use your debit card, your credit card. Let's say it all goes to your phone. Then soon after it all goes to your phone, it's going to go inside of you, right? You are going to be the card. You are going to be the Internet of Things. And they were talking about this in the recent World Economic Forum summit, how we're no longer going to need all these external things, right? We're going to have everything we need inside of us. And that's what they plan to do, right? That's ultimate control at the end of the day, because once everything goes cashless, they can program the money. They can tell you that you cannot spend that money on this or that, and that you have a certain time limit on how, like the money that you have. And we could already see this being done in China. That one guy, Klaus Schwab from the World Economic Forum, he was talking about how he views China and he sees all the things that they have done, and he covets that. He wants to be just like China. He said they've done a great job and that they have their things in order. And ultimately that's what he wants, right? He wants complete control of the American people. So um so that's pretty much all for this um article. That JP Morgan is already moving towards that cashless payments, right? Everything digital, face or palm. And here is Panera Bread with the same thing, using Amazon One's palm scanning technology for loyalty members. And one thing that's funny is I actually used to work at Panera when I was younger, and it's the most expensive food you can eat, right? Only if you have money, like that's where all the old rich people would go, and it's just overpriced bullshit. I just had to throw that out because man, it's a lot for going off topic, but yeah, they're using the palm scanning technology for loyalty members, which is the Amazon One, which I made a video about that a while back, because Amazon, they've been pushing this already for a while, right? They put it right in your face and they show you so you can get used to it. It's called predictive programming, if I'm correct. And we all can see where this is going, right? They get rid of cash and they make it so it's all digital, right? You're just your palm. And then soon you won't even need this machine. It will just be a chip inside of your hand or in your forehead. How it talks about in Revelation 13. Also, to keep going with this, so not much to read here. They're pretty much doing the same thing, right? But this is even bigger. So the Federal Reserve is going to launch the Fednow service, which pretty much is a service what it is that you can get payments instantly, right? And with this, they're gonna get rid of cash with this, right? Everything will just be digital. Watch, let me search up Fednow service, get a better definition. The FedNow service is a new instant payment service that the Federal Reserve banks are developing to enable financial institutions of every size and in every community across the U.S. to provide safe and efficient instant payment services in real time, around the clock, every day of the year. Right? So ultimately, they want to make payments that are instantaneous, and they're trying to go full digital, right? Fully digital. Because with this, why would you, like, they're trying to get rid of cash is the main point. And if we read here, it says that the first week of April, the Federal Reserve will begin the formal certification of participants for launch of the service. Early adopters will complete a customer testing and certification program informed by feedback from the FedNow pilot program to prepare for sending live transactions through the system. So in this coming week of April, they're going to begin testing this thing, right? And then fully in July is when they're going to launch it for the general public and for everyone else. So this is something big to be looking at, because ultimately we know what the vision is, we know what the prophecies are, and that soon enough this is going to come. Revelation 13:17, 13:16, right? Let's just read it, okay? Revelation 13 and 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Right? And that mark, which you are going to need to buy or sell, is going to be the RFID chip. Right? If you don't have this, you're not going to be able to be in this devil's system, right? You're not going to conform to the image if you don't get this chip, right? You're going to be out of that system. And that's the most important thing that we are looking for, right? Because if we go to Revelation 14, it says, let's start here, Revelation 14 and 9, and it says, doom for worshippers of the beast. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels, and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascendeth up for ever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. Right? Ultimately, if you follow this beast, right, you worship this beast by getting that mark, you're going to be tormented with fire and brimstone, which is the missiles, right? The nuclear missiles that are going to fall onto America, which is called Babylon the Great, the mystery, the great whore, and the Bible. And if you do that, you're done for, man. You're through, right? These people think that they're going to continue in the system and that they're going to go back to how everything was, right? Because the 2/3 here, They love the system because it's all wicked, right? For them, this system is the Garden of Eden, right? It's the best thing that ever happened because it's they enjoy doing wickedness. But for the righteous, a one third, we grieve being here every single day because of the wickedness that is going on. And every single day we pray that the Lord hastens and comes faster because the wickedness is getting to a point that it's unbelievable, right? It talks about how the wickedness reaches unto the heavens. So we aim to be part of that one third, right? How it talks about right here. Revelation 14:1, and I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Sion, and with him 144,000, having his Father's name written in their foreheads. And I heard a voice from heaven as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps, and they sung as it were a new song before the throne, and before the four beasts and the elders, and no man could learn the song, but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. That new song is this gospel, right? The 100% understanding. And the 144,000 are the ones that are going to truly understand and do the Lord's will and be those prophets, right? The ones that are going to be saved along with the one third. So that's what we aim to be part of, right? We aim to inherit the blessings that are going to come because this system is through, man, and we can see it right here. We can see the vision coming forth. Panera, JP Morgan, Fednow. It's about to start happening. Okay, this is 2nd Esdras 9. And let's start at the first verse. And it says, He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the Highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Right? And we are seeing some of those signs pass, right? Earthquakes, uproars of the people, pestilences, famines, which are soon to come, right? All these things are happening right now, and we know the end game, which is the RFID chip. So we're seeing it happen right in front of us, right? There's no denying the Bible and the prophecies that are playing out. So with that, we want to be careful and just see how we walk every single day, right? Make sure we are doing the Lord's will and examine ourselves. So yeah, that's all I wanted to bring out today. Once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, and double honors to the elder bishops and apostles of Great Millstone that taught me this truth. Shalom to the elect. Shalom.